Today I'm doing a collaboration video with Winnie B LV and Yota Style. We are all ranking different collections of bags in our overall bag collection. I'm doing Louis Vuitton, can you tell? Yota's doing Chanel and Winnie is doing Coach. And in a recent video, I asked you whether I should do Louis Vuitton or Coach, and it was really split. So I will do a Coach ranking video another time. Soon, I promise. Maybe. I have a lot coming up. Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury living on a budget, from high-end luxury handbags and small goods to the everyday luxuries of life. If that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you subscribe, click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. And one of the perks of subscribing to my channel is you get to see my community posts on your YouTube homepage, where I post deals and discount codes and sales related to all these beautiful things we love. Before we get started, I haven't done a Q&A in a really long time, so I've been thinking about doing that. If you have any questions for me, any topic, put them down in the comment section. You can think about it throughout this video. I'll remind you again at the end, or you can pause the video right now and go pop a question in the comment section right now. I will say one of the reasons I haven't done a Q&A in so very long is because the last couple I did, I got so many questions that I had to break the videos up into several videos, because I feel like I want to answer everybody's questions, but then it takes so long, which is a good problem to have. But I think what I may do is go through all the questions and just pick a few to answer. Maybe pick some of the most popular questions, maybe some of the most unusual, I don't know yet. But I would like to do another Q&A just because it's been so long. Looking forward to your questions. So like I said, this is a collaboration with Winnie B LV and Yota Style. I will link their videos below. And we're all ranking different bags in our collection. I have to say, Yota is the first of the three of us who filmed her video, and once she did, she told us that she rated her bags from like 1 to 5 stars each. And I was like, Yota, that's not what we're doing. We are ranking, not rating. So I was kind of making fun of her for seemingly not knowing the difference between those two. Now, to her credit, they are very similar. But the more I've thought about it, the more I thought, you know, actually, that's probably a very smart strategy to rate them first. And then that would make the ranking process easier. Like now I'm kind of wishing before I had ranked my bags, I'd gone and made a spreadsheet of all my bags over here, and then all the different criteria or features or whatever, the pros and cons of each bag on the top, and then given points for each and come up with a scoring system. I mean, I'm a teacher and I have a background in science. I should know to do things like that instead of just, oh, this one feels better than this one. But there's always next time. I've just pulled out all of my Louis Vuitton handbags. I rated them. I was about to hold this up and show you, but that would be a big spoiler alert, wouldn't it? I wrote down my collection in my notebook before I looked at it in my closet, and I left 3 bags out. I can't believe it. So since I got them out, I counted them and I just numbered these, and I'm like, wait a minute, there are 3 bags missing. I forgot my Petite Noir, my Speedy HL, and my Epi Neverfull. Oops. But no worries, they are now in the ranking, so I do have all 15 bags. I'm going to start with number 15 and work my way up to number 1. I don't really have a least favorite. I don't have any bags that are bad, that are like my worst bag. I did it more like which bags get used the most, which bags are the easiest for me to use, what do I reach for the most, what's the most practical for me. But then with some of them, they're also worked in a little bit of which ones are the prettiest, which ones are the most special, which might have some sentimental value. So you'll see quite a mix as we go through the list. And I found it was interesting when I was done ranking them that some of the bags that I tend to think of as my favorites, or the most special ones in my collection, like my bronze locket, it's not really near the top of the list. Surprise, surprise. So let's stop jabbering and get to it. Number 15, and again, not a worst bag, but there has to be a number 15, right? I selected my Speedy HL. I love this bag. I love all of my bags. There are none of my Louis Vuitton bags that I'm interested in getting rid of. They are all wonderful. My Speedy HL, which I have a whole video on the Speedy, like the mini Speedy or nano Speedy series. If you're interested in the history of these bags, I will link that video below. The only reason I picked this as number 15 is that it's basically decoration. I can use it, I have used it. It holds more than you'd think it would hold. I think I have a wet fits video too, so I'll link that below as well. But because of the size, it mostly just sits over here on this shelf across from my desk where I can look at it all the time. It's adorable. It just doesn't get much use. But decoration and aesthetics are important too. It does make me smile when I look at it, at least on the inside. Number 14. This one was pretty easy for me to put at the bottom of the list, and that's my vintage Speedy 35 in Monogram. The reason I have this at the bottom of my list is because I purchased it as a project bag. I have not yet done anything with it, but as I've said many times, I purchased it to experiment on it with different cleaning products and ultimately to paint it. Just haven't gotten around to the painting part at all. It is quite a vintage bag. I purchased it from an eBay seller in Japan, and when I purchased it, the original pull tab here was partly ripped off. I got a very good deal on the bag because of that, and I had it replaced. Of course, this vachetta does not match the rest of the vachetta, but that's another thing to experiment with. So since it's a project bag, it ranks at the bottom of the list. It is one that I carry sometimes. I don't mind that it's so vintage. I love vintage bags. You guys know that about me. I have several in my collection. I love all the patinas of the vachetta. I love the really dark vachetta like this. I love the medium honey. I love the really light, clean, new vachetta. It is all good to me, and I certainly appreciate a vintage bag and all the good things that that means. But this isn't one that I reach for so much, so it's number 14. I will say with that bag, if you're thinking about a Speedy 30 versus a 35, and I have a video on that I will link below, the 35 is not huge, at least not for somebody who likes big bags. I always thought it would be a lot bigger than it was, but when I saw it in person I was like, oh, it's really not that much bigger than a 30. Number 13 on the list, another of my very vintage bags, the Petite Noe in Epi Noir. I'll give you a little spin here. This is an absolutely gorgeous bag. It is in fantastic condition despite being a few decades old. This strap I added on later, and where did I get it? It's from Mauto. It did come with the original strap, I just don't have that on the bag. I store my removable straps separately, and I also added this little tassel. I'm not sure where that came from. The reason this ranks lower on the list is because despite its beauty and despite the fact that I like the structure of it, the size and structure prevent me from carrying as much as I would usually carry in a bag this size. And you see how the Epi goes in and out, right? It sort of waves in and out. If I took the stuffing out, it would stay like that. And if you open it up and you have things inside, it sort of stays open. It's not like the canvas Noe that I'll show you in a few minutes, where you can have the bottom full and still cinch the top. The stiffness of this bag is the only reason that I have it lower on the list. Otherwise, it is beautiful and durable. Oh, this little thing here, the pull, is also third party. I'll link that below. Got it on Etsy. You're going to see quite a few things that I've added to my bags. If I have links available to them, I will link them below in the description box. Number 12, my Neverfull MM in Damier Ben. And of all my 3 Neverfulls, the Damier Ben is probably my most carried one. It's absolutely my most carried one, partly because it's the oldest of the Neverfulls, so I've had more time to carry it, but it also is a print that goes with my wardrobe better than any of the others, and it's easy to carry. The only reason I have it lower on the list is because while it's a great and practical bag, there's nothing special about it, and there are other bags that are a little more special, so they ranked above it. Another reason this is lower on the list is that this is the new model, and I prefer the old model that we'll talk about in just a minute. Number 11 is my Speedy 25 in Damier Azur. I love my Speedies. The 25 is my least favorite size because it's the smallest and I tend to go for bigger bags. Also, the Damier Azur print is my least favorite because it goes with not many things in my wardrobe, which is why I only have 2 Damier Azur pieces. But it does have its place in my collection, and though these 2 bags are not carried often, I sometimes have reason to absolutely need them. Speaking of, number 11 is my Neverfull MM in the Damier Azur print, and this ranks higher than the Speedy because it's larger, I'm able to hold more, it's a more practical bag for me in most situations, and it ranks higher than the other Neverfull because this is the old model Neverfull, which is my preference. That Neverfull was number 10, did I say that? Number 9 is my Sioux Holly in the XS size. I have the a strap that's attached to it, tucked inside of the bag, and I have this other strap hooked onto it because this is how I store it and hang it from the bag hanger that's sitting behind me. This is in the, I don't know the official name of the color, but it's like a gunmetal metallic silver. It's a beautiful bag. Some people think it's dated. I guess it is. I love it. As I say, every time I pull this bag out, the strap comes with an extension, and I bought mine pre-loved. It didn't come with that. I wish that I had held out and got one that did have it, because I would love to use this as a crossbody bag. But with the strap I have, it's just a shoulder bag. It's about as long as the one I have on it. I think it's beautiful. I especially love the color and the metallic. I have some shoes that match it that are not Louis Vuitton. Every time I wear this bag, especially with those shoes, it is just the most beautiful neutral and a neutral statement piece. It just really elevates an outfit, I think. It's also a very comfortable bag to wear because it's so squishy, and I like it so much I've been thinking, that bird, of getting it in some other colors. She's quiet until I start talking again. And this is a bag, a leather Louis Vuitton bag that you can get for under $1,000 pretty easily. So if you're looking for something from Louis Vuitton that's not canvas, I do a good recommend on this. Number 9. Number 8 is my Eva Clutch in Damier Ben. I love this bag. I tend to use this mostly as a special occasion bag. For example, I've used it at weddings or going to the symphony. It does come with an Ben crossbody strap. I have that in the other room in storage. It's a little dressy because of the chain and the gold plate, but it can also be very casual. So it could be a little errand bag, you know, when you don't need to carry much. And I do tend to wear it with the shoulder strap. I guess if I'm going to the symphony or special occasion, I probably wouldn't so much. I'd just carry it by the chain or as a clutch. And it holds a lot more than you might think it would hold. It looks small, but it packs a punch. I think I have a pretty old what fits video on this, so if I can find that, I will link it below. Coming in at number 7 is my Locket PM in bronze leather. This is the fanciest Louis Vuitton bag that I have. I think it's probably the bag that would have retailed at the highest price. It has these lovely feet on the bottom that say LV and this cool little locking mechanism, and I love this bag. I've carried it quite a bit. I got an incredible deal on it from Fashion File. I feel like they must have had it mismarked because I got it for only $450, which is insane. That's less than a mini pochette. This is one of my absolute favorite bags in my collection. The only reason it ranks way down at number 7 is because it doesn't have a shoulder strap. And I knew that going in. I'm willing to sacrifice some comfort to wear this bag, but it would be nice if it had a shoulder strap. Coming in at number 6 is my Neverfull MM in the Epi Noir. I have my Chapman Brothers luggage tag on there, along with a plain black luggage tag. It has silver hardware. It is absolutely a beautiful bag. It comes with a pouch just like the other Neverfull MMs do. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's lined in suede. I have this Neverfull ranked higher than the other two simply because it's Epi and it's beautiful and it's less common than the canvas ones. However, I will say that it is quite stiff, especially at the base and the handles, so it's not as comfortable to carry as the canvas bags. But it's beautiful, and that makes up for it. Also, since I've had this bag and the Petite Noe out, and they've been side by side, I've noticed that the Petite Noe Epi, turn this around so you don't have the luggage tags in the way, and the Neverfull, you can see that the Petite Noe is much shinier than the Neverfull, which is much more matte. So I'm guessing, based on this, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I only have these two Epi pieces to compare and draw this conclusion from, but I'm guessing the vintage Epi was shinier and the newer Epi is more matte. Is that always true, or is that just the case on these two bags? Let me know. At number 5 is my Trevi PM. Those of you who have been watching my channel for a while know that I used to have a Trevi GM. In fact, that was my very first Louis Vuitton bag. And that bag had all kinds of problems being misshapen. The pleats were misshapen and I just could not fix it no matter what I tried. So I sold that bag and I was done with the Trevi for a while, even though that had been my dream Louis Vuitton bag. That kind of ruined it for me. But eventually I wanted it back in my collection and I wanted to give it another chance. And I wanted to try the PM size because I thought that would work better for me, and boy has it. I also made sure I got one that was in really excellent condition, that was not misshapen. It's a little bit right there, but that doesn't bother me because the other side is pretty much perfect, and I just carry it up against my body where you don't see the other side. This bag is higher up on the list, partly because of its stunning beauty, but also because of its practicality. I love that it has these two handles that you can hand carry or put over the crook of your arm, but you can also drop them down if you need to be hands-free and use this shoulder strap, which is removable, and I really love that about this bag. There are some cons though. Let me drop these back down. The zipper is kind of stiff. It was like that on both of my Trevis, and the opening is not as big as you think it might be. Also, the capacity of the bag, it's a pretty substantial bag on the outside, but because of the structure of the bag and the pleating, and because of the way the bottom is wider and the top is more narrow, and the lining inside the bag is smaller than the bag itself, it actually holds less than you might think it would hold. So I just wish it would hold a little more, but I also went into this bag a second time knowing that it holds less, so I don't grab this bag when I'm trying to carry a ton of things. The last con is that it is kind of a heavy bag, so if you are somebody who does not want a heavy bag, this may not be the right bag for you. But I'm so glad to have this back in my collection. It is absolutely stunning. And I love having bags like that are outside the norm, bags that you don't see every day, like the Neverfull and the Speedy. At least where I live, you see those everywhere. And I don't mind that, but I love having bags in my collection that are also different from that. All right, let's get to number 4, and then we have our top 3. Number 4 is my vintage Noe GM. Even though I ruined the vachetta, cracked it in many places when I tried to clean it years ago, I still love this bag. It does, of course, come with a shoulder strap. I just have that in storage in the other room. I did pull, because one of you asked about this the other day, I pulled this short strap that I have for it, and this is from Dress Up Your Purse. Actually, I have a few things on these bags around me that are from Dress Up Your Purse, so I will link them below and you can check out everything they have. I have a discount code for 15% off, so just check down in the description box. This is the shortest vachetta strap that I have. To the person who was asking for it, I'm sorry I don't have your name in front of me. This slide here is from Etsy, but it's no longer sold on Etsy, so I can't link that anymore. And what I love about this bag, I love that it's vintage. Although, as much as I love this bag, even with its flaws, and as much as I love that it's vintage, I would still really like to add a new one. I know they don't sell this bag anymore, but you can find the Noe GM in Monogram on Fashionphile and a few other sites with very clean, new-looking vachetta. They're just really expensive. I only paid a few $100s for this, and those go for about $1,700 or so. So I don't know that I actually want to pay that much. There are probably some other things I want when I have that kind of money to blow in a bag. But I love this. It's easy to carry. I love the look of it. I love the casualness of it. I love that it holds a lot. One of the things I love most about this bag is the history, that it was designed specifically to hold champagne bottles, which is absolutely fabulous. And now we're down to the top 3. Number 3 on the list is my Speedy 30 and Damier Ben. The perfect size Speedy for me, my favorite canvas, and I like to decorate it. I have a clay, the facette bag charm, and another Trevi strap, which was sent to me from Yota Style from the Trevi that she used to have, and a luggage tag with my initials stamped upon it. Love this bag. It's super versatile, especially with that shoulder strap on it. It's classic, it's weatherproof, it's easy to wear, it's worry-free, it holds a lot. What else can I say? It's kind of the perfect bag. Number 2 on my list is a very easy choice. My Delightful PM. This is the original model. It has the rounded corners here, or not corners, but whatever that is. Love this bag. I have some tassels on it from Dress Up Your Purse. I got this bag as an alternative to getting the Neverfull MM in Monogram. I love that it's a little different from the Neverfull, but it still has the old model lining with the flowers in it. And I mean the lining that you'd find in the old model Neverfull. And if you've watched my channel for very long, you know that what I do with this bag, because this shoulder strap slips right off my shoulder, I tuck that strap back and I attach another strap, a longer strap from Dress Up Your Purse, and that turns this bag into a shoulder bag that sits way down at your hip, or a crossbody bag. And that has made all the difference for me with this bag. If I only had the shoulder strap, I would not rank number 2. But I find that this bag is the easiest to carry bag in my collection when I have that shoulder strap on it, and the easiest to use because I don't have a zipper to deal with. It's just open. I like totes, and this is like a hobo tote, and it's just super easy and it's spacious. Even though it's the PM size, it's equivalent to the MM Neverfull size, and it's just beautiful and so easy, comfortable, casual, all the things. I bought this bag on a little bit of a whim, as I did with the Speedy 30, which was my first Speedy. I was not a Speedy person. I had no interest in Speedies until I bought that one. And both of these bags have turned out to be 2 of my favorite bags and most used bags in my collection. Love them. High recommend. By the way, if you are looking for a strap for this bag, it has these giant rings, so not any clip will fit on it. If you go to dress up your purse and look for straps, look for ones that have these giant clips on them. Or there's another one that has smaller clips, but it has a leather piece that you can undo, and you can take the clips off and just slip the leather around and attach the leather to itself. It has little pegs that hold the leather strap in place. I have both of those straps. Either of them work perfectly on this bag. Now, those of you who know me and who've been watching my channel for a while, you probably knew from the beginning what my number 1 bag would be. Drum roll, please. It's not much of a drum roll, but okay. It is, of course, the Trevi MM. Nope, that's wrong. The Trevi MM. I always get those names confused. This bag also comes with a shoulder strap, an adjustable like crossbody strap that, again, I have in storage in the other room. But it has a lot in common with the Trevi back there in that it is spectacularly beautiful. It has the 2 handles that you can drop down and wear the shoulder strap, and I prefer this strap to the Trevi because this one can be a long shoulder strap, or you could get a dress up your purse strap, make it shorter if you want, but it's really designed to be a crossbody strap, so you're very hands-free, very comfortable bag. The reason this is better than the Trevi, even though it has so much in common with it, is it's lighter weight, so it's not going to break your back like the Trevi can, and it's more practical as far as storage. It still has pleats, and it still is wide on the bottom and more narrow at the top, but you're able to fit a lot more in it than you can with the Trevi PM. You know what? I should do a video comparing those 2 bags because I just realized how similar they are. Yes, I need to write that down. This bag, of course, also has sentimental value to me because it is the only bag in my collection that I did not purchase. It was purchased for me as a gift when we went to New York City, and that's why I have one of my New York City luggage tags on it. It is just... it has all of the best qualities that my top 3 bags, or top 4 bags have, top 5 bags have. It's beautiful. It's a little different. I call this like the big dressed up sister, fancier sister of the Speedy, because they have a lot in common too. It's versatile in the way you can wear it. It's lightweight, it's comfortable, it holds a lot. I'd say maybe the only con is that because it has the vachetta, it's not weatherproof. It would have been cool to have this bag in Damier Ben, but it was only ever made in Monogram. I love it. It is beautiful. Did I already spin it for you? I don't remember, so I'm gonna do that now. Love it, love it, love it. No feet. Would be nice if it had feet. Who cares when you have a bag as perfect as this? I'm gonna head over now and watch Winnie BLV's video ranking her Coach bags and Yota Styles video ranking her Chanel bags. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Hope to see you back here next time. I do have a lot of good stuff coming up. Remember to check out their videos. Remember to leave me a question in the comment section below. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.